Day 30. To the glory of God, we're gonna do some movements that we were created with, and we're gonna try to build some strength. We're gonna build some force. We're gonna pet a dog, and we're gonna actually go. I'm gonna start a different warm-up. Susie, place. I'm gonna do a different warm-up. This warm-up, we're gonna do controlled articular rotations, and I'm just gonna do 1 rep each side so you kind of get it, but then I'm gonna encourage you to do 5 reps on each side, or at least 3 reps on each side. And so we're gonna start with the cervical spine or the neck. So I'm gonna look down, I'm gonna look to my left, I'm gonna look up and slowly roll all the way back, look over to my right, and then come down. Right, if I feel any pinching pain, I wanna stay out of that range. So let's say I have pinching pain on this side when I'm turned over and I'm rotated down a little bit. So I'll just stay out of that, and I'll turn over until I don't feel it, right, before I feel it, and then I'll go down, and then I'm gonna go back the other way so I can stay out of that pinching pain range, and then deep into the range everywhere else. Boom, that would be 1 rep. So I go one rep one way, 1 rep the other way, that's 1 rep. And then we'll do scapula, right? And so with this, I'm gonna go shoulders forward or protracted. I'm gonna elevate, I'm gonna retract, so I'm bringing them back as far as I can, and then I'm gonna depress, I'm gonna drive them down as far as possible. Then I'm gonna go the other way, so from protracted to down, or depress, retract, elevate or up, and then back forward again to protract, right? That's 1 rep each way. And then I'm gonna do shoulder, so I'm gonna go all the way up, fully extend, and then I'm gonna rotate, so you can see, rotate my palm out, and then I'm gonna reach back as far as I can, keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating, and so my palm should be out, my thumb is back. Then I'm gonna go back the other way. Boom, 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 rotate around, and then now my palm is in. Same thing on the other side. All the way up, reach back, and then all the way back. Nice. Now I'm gonna do basically curls, so I'm gonna do the same controlled articular rotation with my elbow, and then all the way down, and then palm is coming down, and I'm all the way up, fully flexed, rotate, and then palms are out, right? That's 1 rep each way. And then I could do the same thing with my wrist, boom, both ways. And now I'm gonna go thoracic spine, so I'm gonna flex down, lateral flexion, chest up, extension, lateral flexion, and flex down, then back the other way. I'm gonna rotate as far as I can, extend back as far as I can, open up, rotate as far as I can, and flex down. Nice. Then we'll go hip. So I'm just gonna balance. If you need to hold on to something, that's fine, hold on to it. Knee is up, I'm gonna rotate out, I'm gonna rotate around, extend all the way back, and then come back around. Boom, that's 1 rep on each side. Grab onto something if you need to. I'm gonna rotate as far as I can, extend back as far as I can, rotate back around, and come to the front. Nice. Then I'm gonna do the same thing, but with my foot and ankle. So foot, ankle, knee is rotating as well. Boom. So that's just another very dynamic warm-up. And again, I would encourage you to do 3 to 5 reps at each of those positions, but that's basic controlled articular rotation. So now we're gonna go back to the original push, pull, squat, hinge, rotate, and then we're gonna finish with the lunge. We're gonna do the lunge matrix, but we're gonna do it weighted. We're just gonna do 1 rep on each location. So start with the push. Probably the best push that we've got is our push-up. So again, I'm locking in everything, squeezing the glutes tight, flexing the quads up, shoulders down and back, proud chest, pulling my head back, and then lower myself down and up. Good, nice. 20. Then we'll grab our weight. So I could do it with a dumbbell if I have it, or a kettlebell, but let's say I don't, I just have kind of a blob, right? Like a sandbag or something like that. You do the same thing with a sandbag or some sort of bag that's filled with load or weight, right? That's a way to do pulls and even pushes, right? And even squats and hinges. But again, we're gonna go row here. Switch to the other side. Nice. We can also do rows this way, or we could grab inside, row this way, right? I can even lay back, and if I lay back, I can bring the weight over my head and row, pulling it up. Right, that's another way I could do the row if I don't have a pull-up bar. So into the squat, I'll go at just an angle here. And then hinge, driving the hips back. And then we're gonna rotate with the throw. Ten, and then punch. Nice, those are good rotations. And then like I said, we're gonna do, so I can hold the weight here as tight to my torso as possible. Shoulders down and back, elbows squeezed in, proud chest. And then I'm lunging into each position. So forward, forward diagonal, lateral, lateral, backward diagonal, backward diagonal, straight back, back and under, crossover lateral, post pattern. Step back here so you can see it. Post pattern. Nice. And then if I want to, right, again, I can do the same thing here, right? I can hold this weight up high. That's gonna make it a little harder as I do it. I could go opposite hand, opposite leg, and then I'd switch, right? Or I could do same hand, same leg. So just showing a couple of variations, as long as we're still training push, pull. squat, hinge, rotate, and lunge, your variation is gonna add more variables to that movement, which is gonna add different styles of load through your kinetic chain is what we call it, right? So kinetic chain is just the tendons, the ligaments, the other soft tissues, cartilage and whatnot, and bones and muscles that make up that particular movement pattern. And so a lot of times people will think in terms of bodybuilding. They'll think in terms of, I just want to grow this muscle right here, or I just want to grow that muscle right there, which that's okay. But what tends to happen is we create asymmetries, right? Or instead of symmetrical styles of movement, good, solid, balanced kinetic chains, we create imbalances. And so if we create imbalances, and you probably have some imbalances now, I have imbalances now, it's not if we get injured, it's when, if they become very imbalanced or very asymmetrical or not symmetrical, right? And so what we try to do is we train our bodies in the way in which they were created. So we base everything off of movement patterns, and by basing it off of movement patterns, we'll actually do a far better job of keeping balance in our kinetic chain, because that's the way we were created. Imagine that. So it, again, begins and ends, and the whole time through, it's all to the glory of God. I love you, and I'm praying for you.